Welcome back. We are going on to Kailex versus Ico. Uh, I don't know much about Kailex. I think they're pretty new to the competitive scene from my knowledge, anyways. Ico's been around for quite a while. Looks like
Yep.
we're starting. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it looks like Kailex is fighting out of Romania here today. So, yeah, like you said, a newer player, not somebody that I'm very familiar with, but excited to see them embark on their first competitive experience. So, nobody better to be matched up against than Aiko. Aiko sort of a veteran at this point, been around for a long time, but likes to scrap with the newer players, that's for sure. So, I think this is a great matchup, and I'm excited for it.
Looks like we start off the draft with Kailex choosing to be player one. Uh, on no, Ico won the flip wanted to spy, and so then Kailex starts off by banning redwoods, which 100% makes sense. Who wants to look through past all those trees? And then Ico bans out pub, which also makes sense. There's a lot of things that can happen on pub, especially for newer players. It can be kind of a playground where you have to worry a lot about civ shooting. If you're a more experienced player, it looks like he singles library. Uh, then we go back to Kailex singling gallery and banning out aquarium. Looks like we're seeing a pattern with not liking occlusion. And then Aiko bans out veranda and singles Tayen. And Kailex gets two singles, and we're choosing terrace and courtyard. Smaller venues, things are a little bit more easy to see for the spy, a little bit less to worry about. Sniper side. And Aiko will single high rise and ban mode. And then Kailex bans out ballroom, which means they will be on infinite balcony if they go to overtime. A fairly interesting draft, not exactly what I would have expected entirely, especially with balcony being in as the infinite.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna get some venues that we didn't get last set. So we're gonna see high rise, terrace, Tayen, and library. So excited for to see those venues. So definitely a different draft than last time. All right, I think we can go ahead and move on into the gameplay. So it looks like our first venue here is going to be a library, singled by Aiko, and he will also start us off on the spy side as Seek in three, two, one, playing it. Looks like we're gonna do a little bit of turning here and ultimately end up next to our ST at Windows, and it's gonna be a good visit as we leave with 51% progress on the flirt.
Everybody loves a sharp dress man.
And Seek is certainly sharp dressed. Looks like we're just
Yeah.
going to idle here for a bit. Our SD stepped into books and is joined by Taft, so not much opportunity to join them there. Looks like we are going to go for the first briefcase available of the game.
And I don't know that we're really going to be spotted. I think Kailex is pretty overwhelmed with all of the information and trying to figure out statues right at the beginning.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think Kailex is opting for bookshelf highlights. Um, Pearls and Taft highlight at the bookshelf at the blue bookshelf, and then I saw Rocker highlight from the middle bookshelf as well. So might be an interesting light strategy coming out on library from Kailex.
It does kind of make sense. There have not been a ton of statue visitors here at the beginning, and so you wouldn't be gaining any information if that was your highlight strategy. So it could be a just their strategy on library, but it also could just be a very quick adaptation to what they need. As Aiko
Yeah.
walks into statues, first some inspects and likely will not be highlighted unless we're just highlighting for suspicion.
Yep, looks like we are
We're s-
gonna get the 3 inspects and walk away with no highlight. We do need one more flirt, which it appears we're going to pick up now, and then just 2.5 missions left and a whole lot of time for them. So I think Aiko's in a pretty good spot here to start us off.
he was seen at statues. So I guess it just comes down to how suspicious that's going to be at the end of the game for Kyle.
Hmm. Looks like we are making our way over towards the double agent, and we try to take a double walking bug going the opposite direction, which we'll never take
In the end of red.
unless some weird stuff happens. But we are going to pick up the BB quickly. Not too many lowlights coming out here from the sniper side. And yeah, I'd say we're as equally in a fine position as we just were.
Things are looking better and better, honestly. For Ico here, only 1.5 missions left, provided the ambassador is nice enough to leave us a fingerprint somewhere. He is in motion, so he could be.
Yep. Looks like we're gonna head over near Toby and be offered, but we're just gonna reject. Amba does step into the left side statues here, so we'll see if Aiko is noting that, but it doesn't look like his camera, or
I
maybe he does see
almost,
it.
I almost wonder if he's going to purposefully try and ignore that. He's got one entrance into statues. He managed to get all three inspects done. Maybe we want to just hold on to. I've only been to one statues once. I couldn't possibly have that mission done. Kind of a
Yeah,
uh, vibe.
I think the
But we
obvious
are.
play here would be to fingerprint swap on the statue. It might be a little bit more ambitious against a newer player because they do like to zoom in on the statues to see if they're swapped. Looks like we do elect not to swap it. We just put it back, but we go right for the bug, which is on screen, very on screen, right through the ambassador.
But
Looks
I
like
don't think it's seen.
it doesn't appear to be seen. I think Aiko might have been trying to time the laser a bit, and it looks like it pays off as Kailex doesn't notice it, and Aiko gets the win to start us off.
I think he moved the camera right as the bug happens. Kailex is swinging to the right. So I would imagine his eyes were moving to the right already, and he just happened to
Okay,
miss that bug right on the very left side of his screen. Super unfortunate.
gotcha. Yeah, I really I like that decision because like I said, a lot of newer players zoom really close into the statues. You can see Kylix doing it to Smallman right before we swap. So I think if we swapped it, Kylix might have noticed it at the end and shot us, but looks like we get away with it clean. Yeah, strong spy win for Aiko to start us off, and we will see what Kylix has in store for us playing as Plane Twin in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Instantly into a conversation circle by ourselves. We'll be joined by Small Man. Ooh, and quite a bit of a stop talk here. Hopefully, Aiko isn't noticing it, but he does seem to be a little bit preoccupied with other things. Looks like we're just gonna waste a little bit of time here. Maybe get our game plan figured out. Maybe just adjust playing competitive spy party. It can be a little bit overwhelming at first.
Yeah, definitely important to mention that I think this is Kylex's first competitive spy party game ever.
In the end of
So,
red.
you know, I, I- I know very well myself how nerve-wracking it can be. Looks like we are going to fake BB and split. So maybe,
And we get high lit and then low lit, so we don't grab the low light, but at least we're not punished for the highlight.
yeah. So sort of a neutral neutral experience there. Maybe the nerves have worn off a little bit as we also pick up a green microfilm from the blue bookcase.
A
Wow!
fantastic and a bug. Oh my gosh, I love
Oh my
this.
gosh! We time a double walking bug while leaving the bookshelf beautifully, and it looks like Aiko didn't notice it. What a
And
great
any
bug from Kailex.
yeah, and any outward appearance of nerves would just kind of appear to be gone at this point. We
Yeah.
are we are in the flow, and it is going great.
Yeah, that was a very, very high level bug. Very well done from Kylix. Looks like we are gonna step into a window pad with our seduction target, but Tex decides to leave before it can complete. Um, Definitely need to pick things up a bit, but looks like Kylix is starting strong here with the plays.
Going to attempt to pick up a flirt again. This time it looks like it almost succeeds, and that one's green. That was heartbreaking. So we're gonna
Yeah.
cut our losses and step into statues, get some mission progress here. Unfortunately, the double A, one of the SDAs has the same thought. We'll only be able to get
Yeah, like you said, I think we might have gotten a little bit frustrated with our ST and just said, screw it. I'm gonna go make my own mission progress and step into statues. We don't end up getting the third one, like you said, but time is ticking here. We're gonna have to pick it up a bit.
like we might be contemplating the actual BB. I think we might want conversations to be a little bit more full. We'll bail before we do anything with that.
Yeah, we actually green purloined, so we are pending a green purloin here.
Oh, I
Um,
missed that.
yeah, looks like we're gonna step into yellow bookcase as Salmon takes the drink. It is on screen. Aiko sees it. Here come the lights. He doesn't seem too sure. No highlights, no lowlights or highlights taken thus far.
We pick up a fingerprint and a white microfilm, and it looks like in the chaos that might have actually been missed. I think Aiko's a little suspicious. We had to swing back to twin, but we're not highlights.
Yeah, it seems based on the laser movement that Teal and Salmon might be our biggest suspects here. We also finished our microfilm, so we have a ton of hardtail progress, but we do need more. We'll see what Kylix wants to do, but a BB would be really good. A BB after
I honestly
after
would be a fan. I would have been a fan of a swap right there.
okay.
I think we're low enough on the watch list that we might have been able to get away with. If
Yeah,
we
we'll see
weren't
what
shot for going back to statues at 30 seconds. Instead, we're
looks
just
like.
going for a briefcase.
It looks like we pick up our second fingerprint, which will put us in a mission win countdown. No reaction from Aiko. We're gonna
Hey,
set it down in an interesting spot, but it doesn't matter. We win the game. What an impressive showing from Kailex to start off his competitive career.
absolutely. Aiko looked more bewildered than anything right at the end there. I don't even blame him. That would have been such a confusing game to snipe.
Yeah, no flirt, no contact, library spy win. What a way to win your first competitive game in style. Very, very well played from Kailex. That bug was just fantastic. And the ability to say screw it and continue to get the hardtail progress when stuff like seduction isn't going your way is a great thing, and that was a really great game. All right. Well, if that doesn't set the tone of a set, I don't know what does. We are going to head into gallery now, which is Kylex's first choice of venue, and we will see what Aiko has in store for us as Irish in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Straight into the back conversation circle. Makes sense. It's where everything happens. And immediately getting off a green flirt for 51%.
Yeah, a bit of bit of mind control there. We brought queen to us, and we're able to start off strong.
It's an important spy skill to have, especially in gallery where you need to make sure you're getting those flirts done on time.
Yep, definitely make sure you guys are honing your mind control skills. Definitely important in Spy Party. Going into Green Book here, see what we can do.
We do have quite a bit of cover from the circle, and I would imagine from the snipers' attention being elsewhere if we wanted to try for a micro thump. It doesn't look like we do.
hmm I think maybe with Amba and Toby back there while we were at books, Aiko sort of thought it could be a little dangerous, but we're heading into the very front statue here to pick up a set of inspects and maybe a swap.
Set of inspects for sure. I think it might be a little too soon for a swap, especially on that statue right off at the front.
Yeah, and looks like we are continuing these bookshelf highlights. It seems that Kailex is highlighting people when they go to the bookshelf, and then if they put the book back, they get neutral lit. Um, so that is interesting. Not
Very
something that
interesting.
I think I've seen before, but it's all about demand of the party, and more importantly, what works for you, right? It's all a memory system. Looks like we are gonna elect for statue highlights at this point. Aiko has picked up a second flirt, but still needs one more. And about 2 minutes left. We still got ample progress to make up. So we'll see where his head's at in that regard.
That being said, we did manage to get our first set of inspects before the statue highlights start. So a return to statues to pick up that last inspect might not be as suspicious if we're not remembering.
Right. Yep, that is a great point. Lots of highlights now, and fortunately, we are not one of them. So we are going to finish our flirt here, but we are going to have to, probably do a hardtail at some point. See when Aiko decides it's the best time to do so.
Looks like we're watching the statues. I would imagine that's going to be where we are heading fairly shortly. Oh, try for a wrong arm bug, but it just doesn't take.
Yeah, I
It was
think
a
it seems we were hoping that the AMBA also stopped when we did, but AMBA has plans to get some fresh air, so don't get the bug there, but fortunately it wasn't seen. We are going to step outside here where the DA and the ambassador are, so definitely a high, volume area, but we're going to go back inside, presumably back to statues. Looks like we are going to step in to a statue here. Might go for an inspect swap, but that won't put us into mission win countdown. So you're gonna hope it's a green swap.
I do kind of question the decision to immediate. It is a green swap. It looks like. Oh no, it's a white swap, and it looks like we're going to be shot. I do
Yep.
sort of question the decision to immediately come back into gallery. I wonder if we would have stood a better chance at trying to take a bug outside and then walk into the conversation circle and contact. Just given that the front circle there is kind of the least watched area in the entirety of the game. So
Yeah. We had decent progress going through the game, but never got a good chance to contact, and it sort of put us into a frenzy at the end of the game, trying to do things quickly. And like I mentioned, newer players are often really, really on top of swap, especially white swap. And us white swapping unfortunately cost us our life there. But a good shot from Kailex, playing at a very high level so far in this set. Very impressive, but we will move on to his spy side on gallery as Teal in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right. Immediately looks like we're heading back to that conversation circle as well. Uh,
Yep.
just figure out where people are going to settle. Maybe wait for the party to settle down a little bit more, though he is getting quite a few statue visitors, which he just love to see as a spy.
Yeah, we'll see if Kailex might sort of pick up on last game and sort of prioritize the flirt and contact more. It did work out really well for him last game, but on a map like this, it's really important to get the flirt and
Banana
contact
bread.
done. Looks like we are gonna fake BB again, just like last game, and split again. Looks like it won't warrant us a low light this time either, and it will actually give us a highlight because we decide to step into statues.
An unfortunate result, but I do still like the play. You weren't punished for it last game, so just keep doing what worked until it doesn't.
Yeah, it makes things interesting. You never know. Early BBs can be very chaotic, especially early fake BB splits. So we'll see what comes out of it. But I can't say I particularly like our spot with so many low lights and us being a highlight with not much progress. But Kylix was able to chain together some very impressive hardtails last game. So you never know.
Banana bread.
Hang outside to get some flirting done and a real contact. Getting a few more low lights, not too many. But we are very rapidly dwindling possible suspects. And we are the chief suspect, which is not a good place to be. It's like we're going to
Yep.
try for a bug. We do get it. I don't think it's seen, possibly suspected.
Yep.
Not enough to be shot.
Another great bug from Kailex. It looked pretty good from the sniper side, and we got some lucky ambassador bouncing there. But all things considered, another very impressive bug, and we will see how we can finish from here. Definitely got a lot easier.
Like we're headed back out to try and finish up our flirt. We're going to get out of the circle and miss the pad. That is just unfortunate.
Yep, and there it is. There's a little bit of the being newer side showing. Stuff like that. It can happen, and it even happens to experienced players all the time. Those conversation circles can be very very punishing. Very very small, and if you mess up right there, it can cost you.
The really well put together game. I would have liked to see where we were going to go from that point, but unfortunately, just missing the pad there. Can't be doing that against the higher level players.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Those pads can really really do some damage. They're so tight. But regardless, still a strong showing last game. Up until that point, I think Kailik should be very proud of how he's played so far, and I think he's not done yet. I think he has more in store for us, but we'll see how Aiko, a more experienced player, will respond. As Oprah moving on to Tayen in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
What are your feelings on Tan?
I'm not the biggest fan, Yeti. Not a big occlusion guy myself. I definitely liked the lower guest count compared to where we're at now. But to all each their own. But looks like we're gonna step into bookshelf here, and like we've mentioned, it's not a great idea against Kylix because he highlights for these bookshelf visits, and so we will pick up one ourselves. It's going to be very hard to microfilm this, and I think Aiko realizes that, so we're going to put it back innocently and step right in next to the Amba. Could be a really good opportunity for a standing bug.
I think, regrettably,
Banana bread.
Kailex did not see us put the book back, so we didn't lose. Right?
We didn't, but in the meantime, we've had a beautiful reverse drive-by bug as the ambassador left our conversation, and we got the banana bread to go along with it. So we might be high lit, but it's not for the bug. It's for a innocent book visit, which is not bad.
I wouldn't have hated a purloin there, just given the shoji blocking our take. It's like we're gonna try and finish up flirt. We get to 60%. I don't particularly love it. We're gonna need to get 2 more flirts in or a green close.
Yep. The good news is, we've done most of the dirty work. The bad news is we are high lit and there's not too much time remaining. However, Aiko, despite being somebody that might be more prone to timing out, Aiko has definitely learned through the course of even this set that needs to get going with the missions here.
I'm not 100% certain what our best route is if we're Ico pilots. I don't know that we can even do a single statue visit. Uh, we just red flirt our seduction target away. She does manage to come right back, which is kind of nice. And we get to an 85%, so we're just going to need 1 more from anywhere. But I don't know that we have time to do anything but purloin at this point.
Yeah, we still have a drink in our hands, so we're gonna have to get rid of that at some point as well. We'll see what Aiko wants to do here. Might be trying to timer flirt before getting our last mission at the last second, but with bug already done, you do need to save a little bit of time to complete your fourth mission.
ST leads and the cooldown expires, so I think we're gonna purloin and attempt to flirt. The purloin's white, it's seen. Are we shot? We are. A good effort from Aiko, a great shot.
Yeah, Kailex, zoomed right in on the fade, realized that it was a white purloin and takes the correct shot.
Banana.
So again, very impressive play from Kailex. Not showing any of those nerves anymore that we might have
Banana
seen in the
bread.
first game. And yeah, just a nice shot there after and it was a good spy game too. We had a great bug that wasn't seen, and I would say it's probably not credited either. But eventually, just too much idling and not getting stuff done. We have to end with a white purloin. But great shot from Kailex, and we'll see how he does on the spy side as Alice, playing it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Through a conversation circle around the ambassador and forcing our way into books. Finishing a drink and just starting off our gameplay. I don't know that.
Yeah,
Have we seen Kailex do a microfilm yet?
no,
Yes, the
but
very first.
well, now we have Yeti. Now we have, and it might be the last microphone we see out of Kailex, given what just happened. But yeah, just unfortunate there. Very very easy to see the arm through this shoji based on where Aiko was positioned. So, just a quick game here.
All right.
Well, yeah. Moving on to Terrace. So back to Hilex's venue pick here. We will start off with Aiko spying as Rocker in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Big fan of Terrace personally. I
You
just
know,
like how small it is.
I'm also a very big fan of Terrace Yeti. I think it's a great venue. I think it's really balanced. Um, I think there's more to do on the spy side than most people realize. But we'll see if Aiko or Kailex agree and do some cool cool spy things. But just now we are idling after a flirt. Looks like we're going to chase Smallman to the bar to pick up our second flirt and possibly a delegate as well.
Not the worst. For a second, I thought maybe we were going to try and bug the ambassador, but that probably would have gotten us shot. So it's probably a good thing we didn't.
Yep. Looks like we
We get to
are going to take the delegate. Um, take a little sip here. Looks like the conversation's pretty full, so we might be waiting till people leave. No, looks like we'll just step into the conversation with the DA, and we'll see what happens from here. It wouldn't be a bad contact at all, just one low light, so might go ahead and take it. Ah, looks like she bails from us. Nope, she's back.
we're going, and we do
Banana
take it
bread.
right as we're getting a statue highlight. That's a little bit painful, but there's enough going on that I don't think it's the worst. Seek will pick up the highlight instead.
Yeah, like you said, one statue goer down, also Smallman, who was picking up the briefcase. So that's a bit unfortunate, but we got to get it at some point, and that was a good of a time as any. Looks like we're heading back into the bar here. Wonder what we're gonna do.
Just looking at what we've got going on, I imagine we're going to see a flirt finish and then likely sending either our ST or someone else for a purloin. Hopefully not small man though, just given that easily.
Yeah, and it looks like he is picking up another briefcase. So for the meantime, we can't get the flirt with him. We'll see in what order Aiko wants to delegate and flirt in. Looks like we're going for flirt first.
Just repositioned to the other side of small man to get it done, and we do manage to.
It might be too late to delegate here. It looks like we might go for a bug. We crash bug at 1 second. What does Kailex see? Oh, Kailex shoots Seek. Was that a miss shot?
No, I don't think so. Given he was lined up on Seek for a full second, I think he just didn't see Rocker dancing in the back.
I think you're right. I think, Seek was top suspect, and I think we just sort of snuck behind him and bugged, and I think Kailex sort of already made up his mind about, who he thought was the spy. And once that overtime, mission win countdown beep started, Kailex pulled the trigger. Yep. So looks like Aiko is sort of answering back with a spy win of his own. And now we're moving on to see if Aiko can retain the lead. Uh-oh. I have Kailex as Tex
Is also what
on Terrorist in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I am interested to see how this one goes. The spy win is always the one that's harder to get.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely is, and we'll see how, he responds.
Quite the circuitous path to get in next to our ST, and we get a white flirt for 34%.
Yep, pretty standard. I love to see us getting flirt progress early, not something that we've seen from any of Kylex's previous spy games this set, but getting that flirt progress early, definitely important on a venue like this where, it's pretty standard that most players, flirt, BB, and then find the third mission. So looks like we're going to step in with a short path to the other conversation circle and pick up another white test. This puts us at 51%, which is, very magic number. We're able to get, flirt done in one more. So It's always nice.
Ilex's camera is moving around quite a bit. There's quite a bit of party awareness right now. I'm wondering if we're going to see a frame coming. Paris is one of the best places to try and frame, especially for newer players.
Yeah, definitely a good venue for frames. Framing can be a very strong tool for newer players that find themselves, nervous or idling a lot and very unsure about what to do throughout the game. Oftentimes they're left with not much mission progress as the game ticks down. So framing is definitely something that new players can often utilize.
That
Looks like
being
we're gonna
said, it doesn't look like we're moving to frame any of the highlighted people as it. So, not quite sure what we're going to do.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna step into a fingerprintable statue here and take the fingerprint along with presumably some inspects. We actually go for a white swap. So we're gonna swap the statue. It's on screen. We'll see if Aiko reacts. But
Banana bread.
we banana bread immediately, and Aiko
And
finds the right shot.
I think, unfortunately, I'm not sure who had been to that statue before us. I think it was maybe the ambassador.
Yeah. Um, it definitely was. So I'm not sure if we were like trying to do some sort of frame or maybe we were hoping for a green swap. But yeah, Aiko makes the right shot there and retains his lead after Terrace.
I would imagine we were hoping for a green swap, and then when we didn't get it, the instant contact was hoping to obfuscate what had happened.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a close call there, but Aiko staying strong on the sniper side and keeping the lead after Terrace. And now we'll move on to Courtyard, which is Aiko's pick, or Kylex's pick. So Kylex's a chance to play a venue that he's comfortable on and sort of break serve and try to win. So we'll see Aiko spying as Oprah here in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Chasing down our ST, landing in next to them. Also have the double agent in this conversation, so we could get quite a bit of progress done right off at the beginning if we so chose. Wouldn't even be the worst contact. The circles are pretty full.
Yep. It looks like Aiko agrees with you. Gonna take the contact here
Banana
early,
bread.
and it's great. Just one possible low light, or maybe there's somebody at statues too. No, just one possible low light on general, but wasn't taken. So we're gonna walk away with the contact, and nothing has changed in terms of the lighting structure. So that's fantastic.
Love to see it as a spy. Hate to have it happen as a sniper.
Yep. Looks like we don't get that second flirt with Smallman there as he bails. But we're definitely going to have to move here soon. Probably going to head over to Smallman to get our second flirt. Or he might be heading to us. He is.
Kind. And are we going to ignore Tony? We're Toby. We're not. We do grab a drink. Well, we don't purloin.
Yep. So we did get our second flirt there, which brings us up to 57, which does allow us to finish it in one more flirt. But, 2 missions to go after that. So we'll see what Aiko has in mind. Did we just double sip? Little double
I
sip.
believe we did. Yeah. Just
Little double sip here.
just have a little drinky drink.
Yeah, it's just Aiko's very thirsty. Looks like we're gonna step in. This won't be enough, I think. Oh, it is enough. I was proven wrong. So we do green the flirt and get 100%. But now with about a minute left, we still have two missions to go. Likely gonna see statues at some point.
I would imagine, unless we can find a way to grab like a bug and which seems a little unnecessary, but it might eschew expectations enough. But we are just gonna go into statues, keep it solid, slow and steady.
Yep, we'll see if Aiko wants to break it up and head somewhere else for the fourth mission or just stay here and swap. Looks like he's gonna put back the statue, so gonna have to bug or purloin here.
Thinking maybe a
We
bug? No. Looks like it's gonna be a purloin.
Yep, we walked past the Amba and set up near Toby, so almost certainly gonna be a purloin here. No prior rejects, and we do hit the white test. Kailex is zoomed in on it, sees it very clearly, and takes the correct shot. So
A
very
dance is
well,
attempted, but you know,
yeah, very well played there from Kailex, being calm and collected, having a good grip on the party, and not getting too overwhelmed when the spy makes their move there at the end. So Kailex starting off courtyard strong with a good shot, and let's see what he can do on the spy side. Looks like we will be stepping into Rocker here in three, two, one, playing it.
and Rocker will immediately be picking up a bug, and I don't think it's
Wow. Kailex continuing to show dominance with the bug mission here. Beautiful performance thus far from Kailex, bugging the ambassador as much as he can, and it's really been paying off.
Banana
I
bread.
was kind of sitting here like, I might have to play Kailex coming up here. This will be good, like, good prep. I'm gonna lose so much. I'm so bad at watching the ambassador.
Yeah, you might have to sharpen up on that because it seems Kailex is very in tune with his inner bug. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. We also go ahead and take the contact very early as well. So doesn't look like we're gonna continue in sort of the rush fashion. Looks like we are gonna idle here for a bit, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a quick statue visit.
I wouldn't either. Looks like we're gonna get a 49% convertible. That's not awful. We can manage to get a green test. We could get this done in one more.
Yep. Continuing to get tremendous progress here. I love sort of the just wiggling right into the middle of the conversation circle to ensure we can get that at least 49%. But yeah, we'll see if Kailex moves here. You definitely need to move because you can't timer flirt it and finish it. So it looks like general moves for us.
Time is coming down. We do need to make a game plan here for the end. The longer we wait, the more suspicious a statue is.
Yep, looks like we step back in next to general and immediately smash a green test. So that will bring us up to three missions done, 1 minute left to find the fourth.
Which
And on
normally I wouldn't be as worried about. I'm not sure
yeah,
what we're
and
gonna do.
I'm not worried because I don't think the bug is credited. I think Kailex can just step into statues and probably win. And I think Kailex agrees. I don't think we'll be
Uh,
shot for these inspects.
it would look like you are correct.
Yeah, looks like we're entering mission win countdown here. No shot coming out from Aiko. Definitely doesn't have, any sort of bug credit. And Kailex will take the game in just perfect fashion. I mean, wow. Look at that bug right off the bat. Chaos bug. not seen, not credited. You enter in conversation, you get a great green BB to start us off, then you two flirt, head into statues, and win.
Banana
I mean,
bread.
what a veteran game here from the new player. Tremendous performance. What do you think from Kailex so far? Have you been impressed as I am with his performance?
Incredibly, I've also been just completely beyond terrified. So I think he's doing a great job.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like we might have found our next big spy party crusher. Kailex stepping up to the plate, getting thrown to the wolves and delivering. So we'll see if he can keep the momentum going as he heads back to the sniper side and as we head to high rise. So we will
A,
have Aiko stepping into boots in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I don't know about you, but if I were this close on my game, I don't know that I would be wanting to put everything on Ireland.
Yeah, definitely a venue that is sort of, I'd say, less chaotic than most. Looks like Aiko went for a chaos bug right at the beginning. And we're actually going for another bug, which doesn't connect, sort of a chaos, not time of chaos, but a lot of people moving around trying to get a lucky bump for a bug, but we don't get it. But we'll be
That
able
has to
to,
be so frustrating.
yeah, definitely frustrating, especially, Aiko knowing that Kylix has been able to pull off so many great bugs. I think he would like one for himself, but unfortunately, those don't go his way. But we do get a second flirt, bringing us to 64%, so we're not in a bad position.
Not at all. Just really would have been nice to have either one of those bug attempts we weren't shot for.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll see what Icon wants to do. Looks like we are going to head back over here and pick up a statue. And we do have the swap on, not the microfilm. So might be able to do some cheeky inspect swap shenanigans. But for the meantime, we'll just pick up one inspect and head back over here to flirt.
And our ST bails on us. Oh, very rude. Like Kailex is very much, I think, suspicious of us. He's watching. Maybe not though. He's watching Disney still for this swap over here on the far right side.
Yeah, definitely sort of keeping an eye on everybody visiting statues. Looks like we are going to head over here and go for the briefcase, but we try to get cute and sip beforehand, and our ST will take it from us.
Maybe setting up for a bug here. Just one more time. Third time's the charm. I think it probably would have taken or not been shot for at the very least, but we don't take it.
Yeah,
Stepping into statues again.
yeah. Looks like we forget to gulp and we double sip here at the statue. A lot of unfortunate sort of etiquette and animation errors here thus far in this game for Aiko. Not sure if Kylix has picked up on any of them or not, but we could definitely be a very, very suspicious suspect. Looks like we also didn't get
Quickly running
100% on
out
the
of time.
flirt. Yeah, this spells disaster here for Aiko. Looks like we
Banana
are going to
bread.
go ahead and white BB, which doesn't bring us much closer to mission win countdown, but it could, make Kylix make a decision here. But it seems like Kylix is holding. He knows nobody's done. Looks like we bail last minute to try to get a flirt off, but ultimately we run out of time before anything can materialize. And Kylix gets a strong sniper victory.
Fantastic.
Yeah, very, very calm, collected from Kylix. A banana bread at such a time, right at 18 seconds, that can make a lot of newer players panic. And, they think, okay, well, somebody's BBing in the
Banana
last
bread.
seconds of the game. They're probably done. Like, I probably need to shoot someone. But Kailex, trusting his memory, trusting his mission count, decides to hold and not do anything bizarre. And it works tremendously. So now we have Kailex up 6-5 heading into our last game of regular time. He will move on to the spy side of High Rise as Irish. So we'll see what he has in store for us to try to get a commanding victory in his first competitive game. So we will see Irish in 3, 2, 1, playing it. I'm very excited, Yeti. What about you?
I'm incredibly excited. I was about to be flabbergasted as we pick up, I think, Toby's highlight, and then it gets adjusted.
Yeah, it looks like we were low lit for a second, but unfortunately, Aiko realizes his mistake. We do pick up a flirt. It is 48%, so nightmare number. It will take at least 2 flirts to complete, but we'll see what Kylix has in store. Kylix has surprised us a lot this set, and I'm not counting anything out at this point.
Neither am I. I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing a bug here, just given how close the ambassador is. He leaves before we can do anything, so maybe not. Just yet, anyways. Given our past venues, I would imagine the majority of Kylex's gameplays on High Rise are going to involve bug.
Yeah, and looks like we get our second green flirt.
Banana
Unfortunately,
bread.
it's another 48%, so we are left with 96%. We also take a green banana bread. We are ignoring Toby. Not sure
Edward,
if Aiko picked up on that, but we do get a highlight coming out for real banana bread, as well as our fellow banana bread conversation party goers.
which is unfortunate as we don't have any of the harder or softer tell missions done yet. The ambassador does sidle up right next to us. We could try and take a bug here, finish up the flirt. We just need the one mission left.
Yeah, thankfully we didn't go for the bug there. Aiko was full zoomed in on the ambassador with our head in clear view, so I don't think that would have ended well. And Kailex smartly decides not to bug, but we'll see what he wants to do here. Minute and 15 left and one mission to go for the set. What will he come up with?
Toby, we this time we don't ignore Toby. We do remember to reject a drink and send it on its way. But we are doing quite a bit of aggressive idling, and a minute left. I'm not certain what we're going to be doing besides a bug or a swap.
Yeah, it looks like we're heading back to the statue, so probably a swap. We've seen Aiko be looking at this statue already in the set. Looks like we immediately white swap it. We're in mission win countdown, but Aiko shoots
Oh
Alice.
man,
Aiko shoots Alice. We
what
swapped the statue
incredible
after
party awareness!
we swapped the statue right after Alice goes, and Aiko thinks it's a green swap from Alice, takes a shot on Alice, and Kylix wins the set in spectacular fashion. Wow. What a performance in this set from Kailex.
Absolutely, and what a shame. I don't see Alice having been really that active. I don't think she would have had flirt done yet. That can be really hard to determine,
Yeah, but she was one
especially
of the
given
people.
given it how buggy Kailex is.
Yeah, Alice was one of the 4 party goers in the Real Banana Bread conversation circle that picked up a highlight. And I think, as she went towards the statue with about a minute left, Aiko is noting it in his head. And then I don't think he got to see the fade in time from Kylex's swap, and I think assumed it was green. So Alice takes the bullet, and Kylix takes the set. Very well played from both players, and a really strong showing from Kylix in his first competitive game ever. Very well played, and congrats to him.
Absolutely. I really think that this last set on High Rise here could have gone either way, and I don't. I think it's one of those unique games where neither player did anything incorrect.
Yeah.
Just the timing of where people were looking, the stories that were told by the party were
hmm
tipped in one direction, and sometimes that's just how the game goes, and it's great.
Yep. But ultimately, very well played from both players. Congrats to Kylix for getting it done. It was a great set, and I think now we will transition into a short break before the round two draw. So thank you, everybody.
So, the short break is over, and we go for the standings, the current standings. And as you can see, round 1 is kind of done. Yeah, we have 7 games played out of our 8 games we draw last week. So, Yeti and I still here. Cooper left us. Thanks again for casting here. And Yeti, let's just talk a little bit about the results we just see here. Obi Kenobi, one of our new competitors like Kailex, played 2 to 7 against Hyper or Hypixer. To be honest, I have no idea. What is it? Hyper? Hypixer? Is it?
I've always in my brain said hyper, but that's probably a great question for the player.
He is in
It
chat.
could be Hypixer.
He's in chat, so maybe he will answer. Hyper. Hyper is correct. Okay, perfect. HyperX, yes, Scani, we know you. For you, it's HyperX. I got that, but yeah, good. So Obi Kenobi against Hyper, 7-2. To be fair, for me, Hyper is a really strong player, so it's not a player you want to face as a new player. So
Hyper came out a couple of tournaments ago. I played against them, and they immediately just like ground me into the dirt. And I was like, "Yep, you belong here."
Yeah, I think he's pretty good and playing recently, so he's not as rusty as other players. One of our top games, Hoffnung against Opirites, was really close with a 7-5 to Opie. That's crazy. I think I saw it live. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And it was like the whole set really close and some incredible shots for Hoffnung that shoots Opirite for some small details as we know Hoffnung for. So again, great game between those two. Wrestler against Justice Ghost. Unfortunately, it was a little bit of a stress to get this schedule done for this week, and so maybe it was a little bit of stress and yeah, not practicing enough. So Wrestler got the sweep.
Isn't this Jester's first tournament?
It is as well, yeah. Justice Ghost
And
is.
Wrestler is just a strong player, so it could just be a matter of skill.
It is not a shame.
Unfortunate pair matching, not at all.
No, it's not a shame to lose against Wrestler. I did a couple of times, so yeah. Then it was us two, you against me. It was pretty close, in my opinion. You won.
I think it was too.
Yeah, you won the last balcony game. We played it even though we don't had to, and so it was like nearly a 7-5. But I won first, and then it was a 7-4 in the end. Another really tight match against Philot Ethan and Acetin Effect, 5-7, as close as Hoffnung and Opirite, the final of the last couple tournaments, except the SMC. So yeah, that was a crazy round 1 matchup as well. Aragorio against Scani and Aiko versus Kailex we just saw, and you might see that Yosh versus Liwek didn't have a score yet. To be fair, I have no idea if there will be a score in the near future, because Liwek is not responding as we would like to, so I would like, in case Liwek will hear this, I would like to hear in Discord from him. So just a quick note when they can manage to play. Otherwise, Yosh is trying his best, and yeah. Otherwise, if Liwek is not available, I need to give Yosh a free win here. So far, so good with round 1. Let me, even though you want to say something about that.
No, I was just saying it looks like Yash is also going to.
Yeah. So let's not erase, but let's get rid of round 1 and go and start with the second one. So we have. Oh no, let's go with the bottom first. We have those 7 players and a combination of Liwek, Yosh. So we will draw both at the same time, both into the 0 and 1, and both into the 1 and 0 bracket or stuff like that. So let me just show it to you guys. Completely forgot about that. So yeah, 8 players. We have in the score of 0 and 1 Hoffnung, AiCoVT, Firelord Ethan, Aragoria, Blood Red Yeti, Obi Kenobi, Justice Ghost, and Liwek / Yosh. So, do you want anything, or do you have any hopes for this draw? Maybe about your opponent or stuff like that.
I want to be matched against Ethan. I think it'll be great.
To be fair, it will be a great match to watch. I'm pretty sure about that. But it's crazy that you hope to get probably the strongest player in the 0 and 1. But maybe after you play each other, Ethan will be 0 and 2. So that will be a cool scenario. But yeah,
That would be the wildest thing ever.
as the same as we did last week with Roth, I go from top left to bottom left and then go for the first match. So the first opponent is the 5th player we draw. So let's go. I think you, Yeti, you see everything. Is that correct?
I do.
Perfect. Then I will draw our first contestant. Is it so? Is the word contestant correct? I have no idea.
It absolutely works.
Okay, perfect. For our 0 and 1 match record games. And it is directly Liwek or Yosh. It depends. And one of those will face the 5th player we will see in a second. So, Yosh is in chat as well. So, Yosh, do you have any specific player you want to reach if you manage to play Liwek and lose it? I will give him some time, but we'll draw the second player. And look who we got.
Oh, it's me.
It is you, indeed. So, at least we
Dreams
know.
crushed.
What crushed?
Oh, I see. It's not me against Yash. Okay.
No, it's definitely not you against Yosh, because we are drawing from top left to bottom left and so on.
No, I understand now. I didn't understand before.
Okay,
Now I'm
Good. So we have 6 more players left, and the third who will not face you or Yosh or Liwek will be Justice Ghost. So, even if you thought maybe we have a new competitive rookie, what else, matchup against Liwek or between Liwek and Ghost, this will not happen, at least in round 2. And the 4th and last for the 0 and 4 left side is the other new competitor. It's Obi Kenobi. So,
Oh, absolutely. I'll see you there, Yash.
what is Yosh saying?
Oh, Yash was just saying he wanted to play me.
Ah, unfortunately. But yeah. So, 4 players remaining. We have Hoffnung, Aiko, Firelord Ethan, and Aragoria. To be fair, I think none of those players I want to face against each other, or no, I want to face against. So it's pretty hard for everybody who get drawn just yet to face anybody of those players just in the rear. So first for Liwek and Josh. Let's see who we get first. It will be our Spanish fella, Hoffnung. That would be a cool matchup to see Josh against Hoffnung or Liwek against Hoffnung, even though Liwek, I have no idea if he will respond or how good he is. But against Hoffnung, I think even as new player, you can do the unexpected that Hoffnung isn't watching, and then you could be good to go with your spy games.
I do sometimes think newer players do much better against Hoffman. I've done worse against him the more I've practiced.
It's like you're not as completely overthinking stuff like how many zips and when do I zip and what else. You just go for it, and sometimes it's works better. Okay, it's your opponent coming up.
Let's go, Ethan. Dream's still alive. Bam!
It is Ethan indeed, yeah. You managed to get your dream matchup.
Tune in, everybody. I'm going to do 30-second rushes and throw everything at the wall. It's not going to work. It's going to be entertaining as hell.
I'm looking forward to that. So we have Aragoria and AiCoVT against Ghost and Obi Kenobi. Let's see who Ghost will face after get crushed by Wrestler against AiCoVT. So we will see if Aiko will be as unlucky as against Kailex and give the next rookie opponent a match win, or if Aiko can recover from his game and go for the 1-1 record. And then Aragoria, even though it doesn't matter at all, I will spin for you. And so we have all our matches for the 0-1 match record. What do you think about those matches?
I think it's going to be wild. I'm incredibly excited.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too. Quick question, Jant. Can I play the same person twice? No, you can't. Even though when we have a 1-1 match record, both of you, let's say Aragoria and you, I will try my best. I don't have the system for it, but I try my best to see, oh wait, you two have already played each other, so I will skip the matchup between you two and just go with the next empty spot or slot where the player who gets drawn isn't facing some player who already get played against. No problem, no worries. Good, so Liwek or Josh against Hoffnung could be a banger. Yeti, so you against Ethan will be a banger, I'm pretty sure about that. Ghost Echo, I think it could be as great as the Kailex and Echo match we just saw. And Obi Kenobi, I just don't saw the match against Hyper, so maybe again Hyper, same time as Aragoria joining the community, maybe again a big opponent for Obi Kenobi, but hey, he has a week to prepare for Aragoria, and Aragoria is one of those players who just get a 6-0 hexagon streak, but Skani just showed us that Aragoria is beatable. So, we go again, but this time we go for the 1-0 match record. In those we have Wrestler, Hyper, myself, Jay Skani, Acid Effect, Kailex, OP Rights, and the winner of Liwek and Josh. Again, drawing for myself is pain, And looking at those players, I'm not sure about who I want to face. Everybody
I'd push the
crushed
button
me.
for you if I could.
Yeah, thank you, but everybody crushed me at least once. Lyric not, but Lyric is... Oh, and Kailex not. So maybe one of those will be my biggest hope. But I saw Kailex just playing. And yeah, it scares me. So let's see.
It scared me too.
We go from the top left to the bottom left first. And we have Hyper. So let's not waste any time and go for the second one. And it's Aston Effect. So the current place 2 and the current place 5 will not face each other. Again, just for you to remember, the first score I will look up for the tie and stuff like that will be the match score, of course. Everybody who is 3-0 just need to be in one of the first 2 spots. But then I will go for the Buchholz score. I can explain it if somebody will or just need an explanation about that. And then the game difference is the third tiebreaker I will look at. Oh no, I forgot to erase Acetin here. So away with him. Sorry. And now the third player.
It's
And
you.
I'm 100% okay with that. I dodged Acetin another time. That's awesome. Not that I don't like to play against him, but I have 0 chance against him. So, Acetin is crying. Oh no. Maybe we will face each other in the 2-0 Kappa. So yeah. What do or who do I want to get rid of? So probably somebody like OP or Wrestler would be great now, so I can't face them. But let's see. And it is the wrestling wrestler from Lithuania. Where is he? Oh, he's right on top here. You don't really, I think you don't want to face Wrestler being here with a flawless 7-0 on top.
No, that's going to be real tough to beat.
Yes, and so I'm glad that it could not be me facing him. But we have OP rights still in the real, and to see Acetin against OP or Wrestler against OP would be a joy. Maybe not for OP, but for the rest, I think. So yeah, let's see. Okay. So the first will be our we don't know for sure who it will be. So Hyper will face against Liwek or Yosh. That should be a great game as well. Maybe Hyper's favorite no matter who he will face. But yeah, we will see. I will get in touch with you, Hyper, so that we see how good the other match gets scheduled, so that you don't need to what is it, have lower time or less time to schedule your own match against who won. Same with you, Hoffnung, of course. It's yeah, just depends on how good they both can schedule. So, Acetin. I know he is in chat, I just saw him. So let's go. OP would be great. Let's go. It's not OP,
Kailex.
but it could be a great other game, and Kailex. So
Battle
Aston
of
against
the
Kailex.
Bugs.
Oh yeah, you're completely right. That would be Chaos Bug into Chaos Bug. So maybe it will be one of the biggest sniper parties we will see, or just one of the quickest games ever. Chaos bug shoot, chaos bug shoot. We will not know, but what I know is that I have to face Skani or OP, and I don't like it. Skani want to play against me. I can totally understand that, because you don't want to face wrestler. And yeah, maybe Skani, you're right, because I think I don't want to play OP. But yeah. Oh no. I'm nervous. But let's go for it.
Oh man, I was nervous watching the Kailex ICO game. At first, I was like, I could handle playing against Kailex, and by the end, I was like, please just let me play against, ICO. But you do get Skarny.
I do indeed. That's cool for me, but it also is even greater that we will see wrestler against OP in the second round. So another banger. Even though OP had to face Hoffnung in the first round, he has to face wrestler in the second. And it depends, maybe in the third, Acetin or who else. So maybe Ethan, if wrestler managed to beat OP. There are some good and crazy matchups, I think. So, I hope everybody of you know what to do. You have, again, 7 days time to play your matches. I try, or I hope I will be able to do another stream, cast and draw for the next round on next Sunday. If we manage to be quicker, that's even better, because then I could do it maybe Saturday, but we will see how it goes. And yeah, Liwek, once more, please give us any of DM or stuff like that, so that we can see how this schedule works against Josh. Otherwise, we need to skip the first round match. What would a shame? What would be a shame? So yeah. Any last words, Yeti?
No, I think it's going to be a great round too.
Cool. So, I hope you have a great evening, great night, and we will catch you in the next stream.